Welcome back, 4 a.m. Power Walk, Power Talk. Let's go, let's get it. Consistency is very key to your success, right? But it's hard to stay consistent, right? So I did a short video about consistent yesterday that was in my mind. I talked to a fitness coach there the other day, and he telling me that the biggest problem that people have is consistency, right? And I kind of know that from the person development, right? That we have this problem. Like I remember back in the day when I used to be like, if a guy come over here, like a wisdom person, like let's say a wisdom man, let's say like you see in the movies, like those old men, like in the mountains, and there's like the wise man of the area, right? Like old with like a big beard and all that. Like he knows, like the path, right? He got the experience. Let's say he come over here. I used to have these thoughts with me like back in the day because I knew that I could not follow up with things. I was like not consistency, right? I didn't have consistency. I was not consistent, and I didn't have consistency. So I was like, if he give me, I even asked some people, I was like, look, if someone give you a roadmap, right, to the treasure, but you gotta follow the roadmap like every day, like you brush your teeth. Do you have the belief that you have that foundation, that you have everything in place, that you know you're not gonna miss it? Because before I could see it, like how hard it is to do something every day, right? We're not letting it go. Like the same way you're gonna eat, you're gonna brush your teeth, every day, like you're gonna pee, like it's things that we do every day, right? That is consistent in our lives, right? So I was thinking about that, right? And back in the day, I could not do that, right? I didn't have in place like the skills that was necessary for me to be able to be consistent on the regular basics, where I have confidence and trust in myself to do that. And thank God I was able to develop that through personal development and all the other things that we put in place, the power of action, personal initiative, like something appears, you get right in, you don't let fear build up, you use courage against fear, and it goes on and on. The mindset, the self-talk, always listen to you got like two selves, like one that don't really want to get where you want to get, and the other one that wants to put you in a position where you want to get. Sometimes the other self kind of play you out, telling you that you could like do this for now, but then it changed by telling you to not to do it, by giving you a reward or something. But anyhow, the consistency is something very, very, very difficult to have, keep, right, and maintain on the regular basics, right? And with that is, I have learned that the best way to do that and how to be consistency is that not really your goal, because I remember like telling myself, if a wisdom man give me the roadmap to my treasure, and I have to follow up that every day for a long period of time, I would fail because I didn't have consistency, right? So back then I could feel it, how heavy it was to do something every day, to follow through, right? And to continue to do it, right? We just have this way of like not do things and have consistency. We have this huge way of being, like habit. I don't know what it is exactly, how to explain, but you know what I'm saying, right? The things that we go through when we're not consistent. So the way I found for me is kind of like always, for all these big things that is hard to do, is body, mind, and soul, right? Connect with God, connect with your body by doing some type of exercise, right? Eating good and stuff like that. And you're going to start having consistency in things, right? You're going to start applying action. And of course, all these things, you're going to have to apply consistency to have it. But you got to have those things in play, right? And then your soul, like your inner peace, and everything that you're doing. So you got to find a way to have routines. You got to find a way to have these habits. You got to find a way to put those things together. You got to create that in your life day by day, where you can have these pillars, right, active, which is body, mind, and soul, in order to master your craft. So you can have self-mastery, self-discipline, to the point that you can have consistency on the high level, right? And then when you start getting consistency, what I know, I should make a part 2 to not make it long, is that when you get to that level, that you're already consistent out there, you be like, okay, you know, something that I really want, I will follow through, and I will be consistent, and I will not break character, right? Doesn't matter what happened. And then you get to another level that is like, sometimes you're not really need to be consistent. You could, you know, lack a little bit, or you can take a break a little bit. But, you know, on my opinion and my experience, I would not do that. I would not cut the flow. I would continue the flow, because you don't want to like go up and go down, go up and go down, which it happens. But when you go down, if you don't cut the flow, you kind of like have a little bit of down, and then you find your way to go up again. And you almost just like stay up, or in other words, you stay on flow, right? But not like this, more like steady flow, right? Because you're not cutting the flow, right? By not cutting the flow, you stay on flow. That means like, even though when you could lack, you don't lack, because you got to relate to other things. You pee every day, you take shower every day, you brush your teeth every day, right? So you got to find your ways to stay winning every day consistently, right? And have success every day with your life, you know? And then on that way, everything will come in place. But you'll be like, okay, so one day that I take off, that I'm not going to be doing all these things, all this work, and doing all this stuff. Why take off? Life is beautiful to be living, to be alive, right? And you just, you know, maybe doing different things and some other different way, but you always got to be using your time.